Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where I'll be solving Leetcode's problem of the day with you all. So before proceeding to the video, let me tell you about myself. I'm a guardian at Leetcode and I have solved more than 1000 DSA questions across various platforms. So I have been through the grind, okay, and I consider that you are learning from someone who has been through all this. So I could definitely help you with learning great strategies uh, and best explanations, right? So let's proceed solving with the questions without wasting any time. So it's lead code question number 440 and it's again lexicographical order based question in which you have to find the kth smallest number in it. Like the sequence will be given as usual, uh, and you just have to extract the number which is the kth number from the starting which is given. Like if number 13 is given, so this would be the sequence of the numbers and you have to return the second number because k is 2. So this is hard because of its constraint, because the constraint is very large, right? So let's see how can we solve this. So this is late code 440, a hard level question. Whenever you see the question, you should definitely look at its constraints also, because the constraints also give the idea about how you, uh, how you should proceed with the question. Okay, so obviously the approach which we used yesterday, that could not be used. It will definitely give TLE. You can try it and check. Okay. So what could be the optimal approach? So can you think of skipping some values? Like obviously since the number is very large, so and we have to find a particular kth number, so we could definitely try to skip some numbers and then try finding out the kth value, right? So for example, you see that your number is given 24 and you have your k as 13. Okay, so how you will do this? So you have a tree which is showing the level of how the numbers are arranged in lexicographical order. So this is just 1 minute. This is definitely level 0. Okay, and this is level 1. Okay, and the second level proceeded after it. So as you can see that when your level is 1 and your number is 1, then in the second level, the number is followed in the sequential way, like it's 10, then 11, then 12, then 13, then 14, 15, till 19, and then with the level 2, which was for 2, and then 20, 21, 22. So that's how it has been followed, like. So if you have been asked for n is equal to 24 and you have been asked to return the 30th number from the starting, how would you see? Like the first number would definitely be 1, okay. Second would be 10, then 12, 13, 14, 15 till 19. How many numbers would be in total? Like from 10 to 19, it's 10 numbers and including 1 is 11, right? So total 11 numbers have been done, have been counted till now. And we can say that these numbers could be very easily ignored or you can say skipped up, right? So we can say this. And now the left out number, that is 13 minus 11, is actually 2. So we can say that it's 2. The next number, that is the 12th number, is 2, and then your 20. So definitely the output of this would be 20, right? So that's how we have to follow the sequence. Uh, One more example is there. Like if you have n is equal to 10 and k is equal to 3, right? But first of all, let's try to tackle with the logic we have built in the first example. Okay, so the first example says that you need to count some of the numbers, right? Which can be skipped up easily, and your k counter could be reduced according to it, right? So obviously there would be like something, a current variable in which we can store uh, the first number, and a next variable should be there in which you will have your current plus one element, that is the consecutive next number, right? Which is definitely would be 2 if you are taking current as 1, right? And you know that to count the numbers, a function has to be made, right? A function will have to be made, and let's say making as count. Making it as count function in which we will take our current element, our next element, and our n to check whether the current element does not exceed the n. Okay, and then now you should have a counter. Okay, a counter, let's consider I'm saying as count. This will be taken as 0. Okay, so next up what we can do is we will simply check that we will simply put a while loop here in which we are checking that the current element should not exceed our n, right? It should not exceed our n. Now simply we can say that the count would be equal to the next minus current. That's how I guess the difference can be found out, right? And also, if you are a coder in C++, don't worry. I'll also provide the code for it at the end of this lecture. So please stick to it and know whether you are a Java programmer or a C++ programmer. We have a solution to both of you. So just stick to the video and you will understand it by the end of the video very well. So count would be actually equal to current minus next. Like here, our next was 2 and current was 1. So the difference was 2 minus 1, which would be 1. So in the tree, if you check, uh, like here, the next was 2 and the current was 1. So that's how we have got our difference as 1. So it will count one element here, right? Up next, what we can do, we will simply level up. That means we'll shift to the bottom level, like here. Uh, Here, these two elements are considered 1 and 2. This was our current element, and this was our next element. Okay. And now, since we have counted this 1 by taking the difference, that is 2 minus 1, we have got 1. So now we need to proceed with the next level and count these elements. So what we can simply do that we will multiply our current with 10, right? So when we will multiply our current with 10, we will then proceed with the next level, right? And the same thing will be done to the next variable as well. Okay. So what we can do that you have your current into is equal to 10 and next into is equal to 10, right? This is all right. And is this simply, it will be returned. Our counter will be returned. Okay. So this would be the whole function for this counting. Like how many numbers could be skipped. Okay, so let's try coding this, then you might understand it much better. Uh, First we'll make the function, right? So it should be, let's make it as count. And since the numbers are very large, so we will take it in long data type. So, okay, and now store count. So while I said that the current should always be less than and equal to n, right? So count would be, we are just continuously adding it, right? That's why it's count plus next minus current, right? And then we will simply level, just go one level below for both next and current, right? And return this current, sorry, count. Okay. Next up, we will have to do what we need to do here, that we need to consider one current element, that is 1. Okay. And we will reduce our k as 1. Now, why is this done? Because we have already considered current as 1. So one element is already being taken, right? So we need to perform the operation for the next k minus 1 elements. So that's why we have reduced k with 1. Okay. So this is like this. We'll simply put a while condition here. While uh, k should always be greater than 0. As soon as it's become 0, all will already get our desired number in current, right? The current variable will have that number with us. So that's how it will be. We'll simply say that in count, and we will call the functions we just made it here, this function with current next and 1. And I told you what is next. Next was current plus 1 only, right? So I told you that our next variable was actually current plus 1 only. So that's how we will make it current plus 1 and your n. Okay. And we will check it that while this count is less than and equal to k, then what will happen? What will happen then? Our current variable would increase by 1, okay, and our k variable would actually decrease by this count value. Okay. Sorry, I just wrote it. Why it should be if. And in else case, that maybe what if you get count greater than k? So in that case, we will simply go to the next level. Instead of traversing to the left side, we will traverse vertically, downwards. Else, what can be done? That we will go to next level, and the k pointer shall be reduced by 1. Okay, and at the end, our current element will be returned. Also, here in this case, I need to tell you something. Let's see. Sorry. I made Here I had taken one example. It was n is equal to 10 and k is equal to 13, right? So let's try to dry run this using the code which we have made. Okay, we are taking considering a smaller example so that I can explain you well. It's n is equal to 10 and k is equal to 3. Definitely, if we will make that tree with 0, with 1 and 2, because it would be sufficient, we shall not proceed with further values like 3, 4, we shall not consider them. So, let's take it as 1, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. And the next and the same follows for 2, 20, 21, 22, and so on. Right? So it has said that n is 10. Okay. So till 10 would be there, and a third value should be returned. So if you write numbers from 1 to 10 in lexicographical order, what you will get? It would be 1, then 10, then 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This would be the one, and your third element would be this 2, right? This will be k is equal to 3. This is what you should get. Okay, so in the tree, when you see the tree, here it is if we use that count function, here in the first case, our current will be 1, right? Our current will be 1 and our next would be 2, right? So the difference would be 2 minus 1, which is 1. Okay, this is correct. Then the next time what will happen that the current will get multiplied by 10, right? So it will become, so the current will get multiplied by 10. So it will become 10 and the next will become 20, right? So since current is 10 and it is less than and equal to n, which is also 10, so the condition is fulfilled, right? So the next time what will happen that our next was 20, current was 10, so it will return 10, right? And earlier it was 1, so it will become 10 plus 1, which is 11, right? So in this case, what actually happened that our uh, this count actually became 3, 11, which is actually greater than this k. That's 3. So we definitely don't want this, and this is actually not right. So what can be actually done here is, wait, what actually has to be done here is we have to restrict our next variable. And that this next has also become greater than the n. So how can we restrict this? So we need to use math.min function for this, in which our next and n plus 1 will be considered. Like so here, if n is 10, so n plus 1 will become 11 and next was 20. So the minimum of both of them, that is 11, will be taken. So why did I take n plus 1 only? Right? Because in this condition here, I have taken that while current should be less than and equal to n, right? So the range of current is actually from 1 till n. So this is the maximum range of current, right? And next was actually, and our next is And our next is current plus 1 only. So if we add 1 in this condition, so it will become 1 plus 1, current plus 1, and n plus 1. Right? So that's what the condition becomes, that our next, which is current plus 1, maximum value should be n plus 1. So that's what we have done, and this is the condition we need to add in our code so that we do not let this next variable exceed the value. Okay, so this was the one. Let's try to run it. And this is accepted. Let's try submitting it. Okay, so it got accepted with 0 millisecond time. This was definitely a good question, right? You should give it a try one more time and try to understand the concepts very well. Or we shall meet tomorrow again with another question. Till then, keep learning and keep growing. Bye bye. And yes, this is the C++ code for this question. There's nothing change in it, and everything is just the same, whatever I explained you. Just instead of long is used in C++, I think this is known, and rest of the things are similar. So you can look at to it, you can look to it, and yeah, thank you. And yes, this is the C++ code for this question. There's nothing change in it, and everything is just the same, whatever I explained you. Just instead of long is used in C++, I think this is known, and rest of the things are similar. So you can look at to it, you can look to it, and yeah, thank you.